live on a Mars Day, a Tuesday. We're at the club, going up on a Tuesday. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the reincarnated, here on a Tuesday. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch up. My last night's video and then my video to Kanye, which was actually made in yesterday, but I didn't release it till today because the Holy Spirit said, hold on to your horses. They're going to need the strength for this one. Interesting as it may be, I had said in that video that we were going to go into our 10-day forecast. I pulled this card and just stopped right away. Stopped in my tracks there. Also, you have to see what else I posted. I laughed real hard right before I got on here. I wasn't even ready. I was munching, crunching. I was having lunch, and I was getting ready for all of this. Just not right this moment. My coffee's still hot. And then I saw Russ, and he was like, I have become aware that my trending song has now just been pulled, and I think that's suspicious. And I'm like, well, don't go thinking. Don't go thinking. That's going to get you in trouble. I just started laughing. I was like, I just posted a video how they play victim to the whole situation, and everybody's out to get them and all this shit. It was really funny. And here he is. They're out to get me. Who's out to get you, bro? Where'd your song go? How far are you going to scream and whine and shout about your song isn't where it's supposed to be? Sounds like a Russ problem. Anyways, so that's what I posted right before I got on this, and I was like, before that I posted, it's all in the card readings that, the wheel of life has turned, and you're turning into a low life, and my life is getting better. How did that happen? I did the work, and you didn't. And you didn't think it was going to work, and now it's working on you. You'll be a testimony to this bullshit in no time. Let's keep going on. So, 10-day forecast. This is a lot. There's too much put on me. It's usually just 3 cards, but then the 3 cards came into something else that God put on my shoulders today. Put your hand on God. The fuck? Actually, I didn't have nothing going on until he told me what was going on, and then that's what we got going on. Let's just start with the 10-day forecast that actually started yesterday, but we were in between worlds, and you'd know about that if you watched my video last night. Right now, we're on 23, which is mixed blessings. Mixed blessings. I was able to make it through a Wolfman video without getting upset, but basically because, I already spoke on all of that before he posted his video. On page 112, which I'm seeing 11.2, 11.3. Alright, let's see. Tepi Akuwi. Let's see. 2 souls. Garnet. Mixed blessings. The nature of mixed blessings is that, yes, there will be a benefit, but there will come a price. The price may be as simple as hard work, or it may be more unpleasant, such as falling in love with a partner who's already in a relationship. Not again. No, the fuck I won't. The fuck I will not. Receiving money only after the death of a loved one, that could be possible. I asked myself that yesterday. I said, what happened to Patricia Duckett, which was my Aunt Pat, the one I refused to look in the face? I had this vision. I know where she is. I could pull up on that bitch. Roll up. Roll up. I wondered if she was still alive. It just came out of nowhere. If she was still walking the earth. I didn't have anything after that. It was just a thought. The price could come in the form of consequences for your actions. Well, we talked about that. You reap what you sow. 7 of coins and all. This card has much in common with the Temperance card from the tarot. We talked about that. If you found it in conjunction with Deacon number 10, you would do well to take a hard look at your actions and ensure your happiness isn't coming at someone else's expense. And that's what I did to all 3 of them this morning. And he turned around and did it again. But that's how they be like, fuck you. That's what he did. He couldn't say fuck you to my face. He had to say fuck you to someone else. Marshall. I posted that video this morning, and then Marshall comes out with the same-ass name-dropping bullshit. That's what he made his whole career about, talking shit about other people. Yep. And that's Kanye, too. He's trying to make a career out of hurting other people, scaring other people, bringing up pains of the past. living, you know what I mean, painful history. You're gonna do all that. Same as Ali. I told him this morning, he had some song with some new guy, and it was like, I could never, or some shit. And I was like, fuck around and find out. Go out and fucking love again. You're the one holding it back. You're like, I could never love again. I could never love again. Yeah, you could. If you loved yourself enough, you'd go out and love someone else. You have plenty of love to give. You just are so hurt because they didn't give you no love. You got no love. Welcome to the dating industry. You know what I mean? Pack it up and move on. How many times you gotta fall on your face? How many relationships have to not work out before one does? You feel so, you know, you make a whole career out of heartbreak. Checking into the heartbreak hotel. You're fucking pathetic. You stand against, and that's what it says. That video was like, I'm gonna totally munch and crunch while I'm talking. I can do both. Like, you're not supposed to talk with food in your mouth. Don't tell me what I'm not supposed to do. Shut up. You listen to your mother, I don't. Anyways, going back to it. The video was like your enemies and this and that. They clowned and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, keep clowning, bro. You're the one out here looking like a fucking clown. Keep fucking clowning. Keep clowning. That's what it is. It's like, all of you fall, bro. And your enemies, you're not my enemies. You're an enemy to God. You chose to pick a fight with God. You knew that I was God's messenger and I was doing God's great works. And he came to you with a message and you denied it. And you tried to fight it. Going back to it. You know, that was all about, you know, Russ. That manipulation didn't work. You look pathetic. Okay, show me. Show me how much you love your girlfriend. Get the fuck out of my face. Boo-hoo childhood trauma. Your parents taught you that love meant drama. And all that other bullshit, remember? Shut up. Fucking idiot. Going back to it, that's where we were. I'm gonna say this one more time for the fucking retards in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Your children are what you are. Which is retard. Get back. Get back. Anyways, going back to it, is you're happy that your happiness isn't coming at the expense of, at someone else's expense. And that's what it is. You guys tried to build a whole fucking rap career off of my back. And you know, Logic, this morning I realized you completely started over, but I didn't realize why you started over. It better not be fear. You're afraid of being exposed. Fucking pimple popper. I'll rip that fucking shit straight off you. And that's what it is. I told you guys in those videos, you're nothing more than your fucking Instagram, and your Instagram tells everything, that tells all the truth. Oh, you had to be brave to do it. I don't know how you do it. I like to do it. Let me just erase my life. I start a new one. I thought about it, and then when I released that video, I was like, did you do it because you're afraid? Because it's true that you know, you're not like the rest of them, you know I'm going to be fucking huge, and I'm going to expose all these huge-ass liars. I made a whole career off of hurting people. Kim Kardashian. And then he brought out the woman that really fucking had the idea. And that's what it is. You guys take somebody else's ideas because you got the money, and you think that you're going to wear our fucking destiny. No, you're not. You're going to wear the lesson that we didn't have to learn. Thanks. So then when yours falls down, we can come back and rebuild it better than you ever thought, because it was always meant for us to do and never for you to touch. You just touched the lesson. You learned the lesson that we didn't. We got to stand back and watch you fuck this up so we could do it right. Because in essence, it's just a lesson. And that's what I posted in there. Alright, going back to it. This deacon itself is depicted as holding two jars. One perhaps pouring out blessings, one other may hold the hidden consequence. History. Although two soul groups of deacons is overwhelmingly positive, it begins on a low note with Tepi Akwi. It is rare that you will get everything you desire, and reality usually dictates that even the greatest joy will be tempered by the truth of the world. For example, you cannot receive money without paying taxes. Did you pay your taxes, Russ? That's been a long-running joke for a long time. He tells you that he runs business, and he shows you how bad his business is. Do you think he pays his bills? That goes back to that financial ruin when he had to look at his money and see how much his bitch has been spending on her little shopping sprees. Anything you like, right, Russ? at any price. Whatever you like. That's real love, huh? I can't. Going back to this. Let's keep going. And that's what's going to happen. The tables turn. You're going to be madly in love with someone that's in love with someone else. And you're not going to be able to ruin my relationship. You're going to be stuck with those feelings. You're going to have to learn what it felt like to be Lilith, bro. To be in love with someone and not be able to have that someone. You're going to have to overcome it. All of us must. Grow up, Ellie. I'm here to teach you what you couldn't learn in your own skin. You're going to have to apply this shit to your skin. Apply as needed. I'm your healer. I'm your medicine. Keep writing it down, God. I know where you're going with this. Going back. The artwork for this comes directly from the tomb of, I don't know, the royal visor, whatever, to the pharaoh Teti. It depicts a noble man in the act of sucking a piglet with his mouth. Hold on here, piglet. The entire frenzy contains a scene of agriculture, suggesting the nobleman owned a large farming operation. That's what you got out of this? Oh, you got a very vivid imagination. Anyways. It is not kissing the pig in a romantic gesture, but it's feeding the piglet with milk from his own mouth. This stresses how much he cares for his farm, and also the personal sacrifices he makes as a farmer. During this Deacon Week, as they said that, they were like, I had to make hella sacrifices to teach people the lessons. I had to learn these lessons. The sacrifice was teaching you, was exposing myself to the world to let you know what I had learned in this life. The really dark and dirty parts of life that I had to learn to overcome. During this Deacon's Week in the Egyptian calendar, going forth with whatever, the concept of mixed blessings is a form of the sun god Re with the I told you, those fucking beetles. The scarab beetle as its head. More specifically, the god's form embodied the dung ball, whereas the scarab beetle will lay its eggs, and from which new life will emerge. Yes, there will be great reward, but first the beetle has to deal with the pile of crap. And that's what it is. It's like, I opened up all kinds of crap on myself, but I had to, unpack it and work through it. And that's what I teach you. I was like, this is going to be dirty work. And it's going to be, I don't know how much crap, how long it's going to take you to get over each memory, to find compassion and forgiveness in everything God has done in your life. And you know what I mean? And for the people that did it to you. It's going to take a while. How long? Probably your whole life. The week is ending with a going forth of the majesty of Re, which celebrates the transition of Re from the dung scavenging beetle to a brilliant disc of flame. And that's it. From rags to riches, bitches. From rags to riches, bitches. You're going to see Cinderella, you know what I mean, go from the dirt to the freaking, to the towers. Only so I can get you up there, too. Ritual. This deacon may be invoked for transformation of any kind. If you wish to become someone else entirely. Tepi, whatever his name was, can guide you on your journey to change. So this is all about transformation. And again, we're in between worlds. And that's it, too. It's like, Logic had done it before, I believe. And that's really it is. It's like, it's time for me to transform. It's time to, let the old me go. Like, all those memories, all of this. Dude, if it's important, it'll stay locked in your head forever. Otherwise, let it go. People will probably not forget either. Let's keep going on. Keep moving. Where's the damn... Oh, it's right here. So we're going to check that. We're going to check the Krishna energy. We're going to check the Odin energy. We're going to check the Sabbath to see what's going on with the planets. And then I've got 2 other random cards that are getting thrown in at us that are aligning with this energy. Like, damn, I know, bro. Alright, so all of these come from that energy. Obviously, that's the Krishna. They're all here. I need them to get out of my face, to be honest. I need my altar. I need to get my altar bag and just, put them further out so they can overlook. They want to be all, front and center and shit. Alright, what's this one? The tortoise avatar. Kuma. Alright, what are you bringing us? Diplomacy. Ability to provide support. Steadiness and dependability. Skill to manage contradictory forces. That's what I'm working with. You guys are contradictory. Anyways, Keshava, you became incarnated in the form of a tortoise. The world rested in the ample expense of your shell, creating circular marks on it. Hail to you, Hari, Lord of the universe. And that goes back to it. It's like, he came in the form of a turtle. It goes back to, me praising the animals and the land. God lives within it. You know what I mean? You don't know that this is, people will try to post, my connection to the hawks and the eagles and the birds is, it's so ancient. Only the most wisest, only the priestesses, only the, spiritualists could connect with the highest level of spiritual beings, which were, God's creations. In the sense of a unicorn, a lion, whatever. But I don't live around in those times, so God brings me the highest level of animals at the time. I just want you to understand that. They came in the form of. God came in the form of Jesus, in the form of Buddha, in the form of Vishnu, in the form of Krishna, in the form of, God comes in many forms. Understand that we are just in this form for this time. Pay a good form. Alright, moving on. Odin, what you got for us? Odin. This is so random. There's nothing random. That's what you don't understand. Everything is already dictated, dickhead. We're still in Earth. Earth, the final frontier. Can we leave Earth? Can we go to somewhere else? How about the sun? I think we should probably stay on Earth. Honestly, we were in the frequency of the sun, fine. I'm just telling you, this might not be great. We're gonna get our asses fried fucking with the sun. Play with fire, you'll get burned. There's nothing hotter than the sun. Black hole sun, won't you come? That's a scary ass video. Alright, fine, we'll be in our sun. Because it really was. Where'd I go to? Baldur, in the light. Blinded by the light. Alright, then we went to the shaman. Come on! What's it called? Soul. Your sun. Your solar plexus, as I told you. Solar wheel, sunlight, life force. Here we go. The Norse believed that the sun was drawn across the sky by mighty seeds, two which are named Aravakar, early riser, and Alzavidur, swift. They are pursued through the sky by wolves, principally wolves named Skull, which is mockery, and Haiti, which is hate. Alright, stop all that. The sun rides through the sky on a chariot, like they always say. The names of the drivers were Early Riser and Swift. Alright, the Early Riser is Swift. Okay, fine. The name of the wolves chasing them was Mockery and Hate. The wolves will overtake them when the cosmos descends into chaos during Ragnarok. The chariot is driven by whoever, who holds the shield between the sun and the earth below. He carries the shield to prevent the land and the seas from burning. Soul is the sun which gives life, and the rune suggests that you are approaching a state of wholeness. This card is bringing the solar wheel of light into your life, and it is a time for celebration. The desire for self-realization is a challenging path, often fraught with difficulties. Soul reminds you that the sun lights your way and dissolves obstacles on your path. What is the sun? God. You can be driven by the sun, the moon, the stars. They're all God. You just don't follow the things of man. Being guided by the Spirit, that's what we talked about on Sunday. Letting God guide you. The soul reminds you that the sun lights your way and dissolves obstacles in your path. God's got me. God's gone before me. He's behind me. He's with me. Do you understand that force? God's going in front of me to clear my path. God is with me as I walk this path. God's got my back while I'm walking this path. Let your heart be a compass. When your sun is shining, let the rays go out to the world, towards others, inwards towards yourself. You may feel a surge of power or shift in energy that will redefine who you are. This is the magnitude of the soul and the life force that the sun creates. This rune encourages all spiritual warriors to let the light and let the light in, and we did a whole light teaching on Sunday, and illuminate a part of yourself that needs to heal. And that's where I shine the light on it, where you need to heal. There is no Merkstavi or reverse position, but this is a reminder when things are going well to remain humble and recognize that this is the sun that gives us life. Meaning God gave me all this, God can take all this away. Although the sun is being pulled across the sky, it's important to remember that there are wolves in pursuit. As much as the sun gives us life, equally, it can also destroy everything in its path. And that's the fire sign as well. You have to understand that. You're catching a lot of the wands, the fire signs. Yes, Aries, you're catching that because we're in Aries season. Aries is the beginning of the flame. If you blow this flame too hard, you're going to blow into what they see as the Sagittarius, which is a flame uncontrolled. I'm an uncontrollable flame. Anybody who tells you anything about a Sagittarius, you cannot control them. They're uncontrollable. They follow their own spirit. In truth, we are designed in such a way, right? With that being said. But, as far as, they're always in pursuit, there's always the haters, the biters, right behind. They're biting at our tail, trying to, trying to make our, whatever. You're not my enemy. You're an enemy to God in the sense of you're taking on God and what He wants me to do. He will not allow you to stop me or make my journey any more difficult than He Himself has fucking made it. He puts old people in my way, not fucking losers like you in my way. You know what I mean? He plays jokes like that. You're not even part of the conversation, bro. You never fucking were. All you were was to teach other people how not to be. And you continue to be just that. Go on with your stupid self. Go be you somewhere else. Pretty much. That's how I feel about it. It's like you never stood a chance because I was never even fighting you. I never even cared. You weren't even on the fucking scoreboard, bro. Anyways, let's go into our Sabbath real quick and kind of relive this bullshit. Like I said, with this book, we read it before, after, during, backwards, just to keep reminding you that it's all been written before. It's all just to prove to you we're on a pattern so we can catch these patterns. Same fucking pattern. Alright, so we went into Aries season. Then March 29th, we experienced the new moon in Aries, solar eclipse, just weeks after the full moon in Virgo's lunar eclipse. Now is the time to harness the fiery energy of Aries by performing rituals that will focus on courage, passion, and self-empowerment. That's what you saw me do at Cherry Creek. I went and did a fucking ritual. This could include lighting red candles using crystals such as carnelian or garnet, and engaging in visualization exercises that ignite your inner fire. While eclipses can be chaotic and unpredictable, they also offer unique opportunity for transformation. It is advisable to approach the time with caution and mindfulness. Use the eclipse energy to release any negative patterns, and that's what I had to do, face Bobby and release all that, and limiting beliefs that no longer serve you so you can spring ahead into Aries seasons with a newfound sense of freshness. Here we go. April 12th. Today's April Fool's. I know that's a big deal for you. It's a joke. Every day's a joke with you people. April 12th is full of Venetian energy. It not only marks the final day of the Venus retrograde, it also welcomes the full moon in Libra. Wow. If there was ever a moon to make a baby under. Let's get it on. That's what I heard. As Libra is ruled by Venus, this celestial event presents an opportune time to, I'm going to wear my lingerie just for fun, to crucially take stock of the lessons learned throughout the Venus retrograde period. And that's it. What have you learned about the way that you love people and how you've been, your relationships, your intimate relationships, or your personal relationships? It was all about reviewing our relationships during this period that she was gone. You know what I mean? She left us an outline and she took off for a vacation. She's like, I want you to think about all of this, and when I get back, write me a 500-word essay about, what you learn about yourself. For the past weeks, we've been examining and reevaluating our relationships, self-expression, and what holds value within our lives. Now is the time to install renewed sense of clarity and balance. The full moon in Libra urges us to take harmony, and fairness while addressing any imbalances that may have arisen during the retrograde phase. I know that's what happened with Mercury. It said that we were going to say some shit that was going to get people, you know, hurt people. I think I did that quite well this morning. I warned you it was going to come out. I thought it was worse than that. I really did. I didn't know it was just the last thing I said stayed in my mind. I thought I had said more up until that point, but I really didn't say anything other than that. And I just knew that it was going to bother you. By acknowledging and addressing these issues, we can foster healthier connections and strengthen emotional bonds. And that's what you should have seen in that video, is the projection. I've learned these lessons. I'm talking to myself when I'm talking to you guys. You're no more than me, and that's what causes me to have to love you so much, is I see so much of myself in you. You know what I mean? Kanye and all that, and Russ, and all of them, they're just, you know, the shadow parts of me, and I'm here to show you those parts, that it's okay, and how to heal them, as I did for myself. But in essence, that's exactly how all men think about me. She's too flighty. I never know what she's going to say. If I say the wrong thing, she's going to blow up, and she's going to destroy everything. Yeah, bro, I was you. And then I found Jesus. Ah, that's a messed up joke. Self-expression also comes into focus now and invites us to explore how we communicate our thoughts, feelings, and desires to others through our identity. This is an ideal, and I just want to point out, you know, Kanye's idea of how he expresses his thoughts, feelings, and desires to others through his identity was to dress up as a KKK member. Okay, this is an ideal time to find ways to express ourselves authentically while maintaining diplomacy and tact in our interactions. Russ, you better hold on, bro. You have a tendency of taking this to the highest person and throwing a huge fit because you got some sense of injustice. You don't know why your song is missing. Give it a rest. You can't control everything. Is it it's a fucking system. Did somebody, you know, pull your plug, or is God fucking pushing your buttons? Calm down. Or don't. Go all the way out and see how far you'll go with this. And then you're going to have to clean this up later. And see that you do this a lot. Remember you went all, you know, your fucking tour got fucking, you know what I mean? There was difficulties. You know how far you act up when things don't go your way? They said that yesterday. It's not our way. It's God's way, bro. God put some weird shit in my way, too. I don't know what's about to happen. This energy magnifies with Mercury-Neptune conjunction 5 days after April 17th. Sorry. My son's birthday is the 16th. At 12:11. This event heightened intuition, creative inspiration, communication abilities. Boundaries between reality and fantasy become blurred, allowing innovative ideas to flow effortlessly. Grab your pens and papers on that day. You'll just be very inspired. And you know, there's certain days where they just pour it out by the buckets full. You gotta catch it, dude. Catch the healing. Catch what the message. They're always pouring shit on us. Pour some sugar. Hey, God, that doesn't look like rain. You're pissing all over my day right now. And that's really what it is. During this conjunction, you may find yourself drawn to artistic pursuits such as writing, painting, or music. Got that? All creatives. Amelia, write this down. April 17th, you're going to be very creative. The Venetian energy is maximized with the start of the Taurus season on April 19th, bringing about a time to engage the senses in blossoming natural world. April 24th brings another Venus-Saturn conjunction. What does that mean? What do we know about Venus? Love and relationships. What do you know about Saturn? Pushing our limitations, our age, and our reality. This is a conjunction. It's a function. Conjunction function. On April 21st, you're going to be pushed to your relationship limits. This combined energy of Venus and Saturn can bring about a sense of seriousness when it comes to matters of the heart or creative endeavors. It could encourage us to take realistic approach towards relationship or artistic pursuits by assessing their long-term potential. And they told us not to get in any new relationships until Venus came back and overlooked it. You know what I mean? She's got to put her mark of approval on these relationships. If you're getting into relationships without your heart, which is Venus, you're thinking with your... we know what you're thinking with. Okay? This conjunction invites us to evaluate our commitment carefully while also fostering growth through patience and dedication. It's all about you. The new moon in Taurus, April 27th. We'll stop there. You've gone too far. You've gone too far now. You've got a lot on the deck. You got it? So for the next 10 days, which makes sense, we're in this mixed blessings. Then April 12th comes, that's after 10 days, the Venetian energy comes in, right? It's the final energy, it's the final, so we're still in the retrograde. And then we get hit by a full moon. Are you following this? What's a full moon? You're full of yourself. But then you start shedding yourself. And that would be all of this other shit, this Mercury-Neptune conjunction, 5 days later. 5 days later after the full moon on April 17th, you would have lost, your interest in what you were going for and now have new inspiration. You're starting to build up new inspiration. When? By the new moon on April 27th. It's 10 days later. That's how long it takes for a seed to pop. You don't understand this. We go by the moon cycles. I'm the goddess of the moon. It happens a lot around here, bro. You're like, we had one great idea this new moon. What was it? I'm going into film. Did I get all the pieces? Not yet. We're building up to it by the full moon of when? In Libra on April 12th. That means I'm still building up to it. By April 12th, this will have a full idea of it. But then we start breaking this idea. It's just a full vision. Now we have to start breaking pieces off of it and see what we have, break it down to its rawest form. And what built it up so big? Our mind. It was just an idea. And then our mind started, putting stuff on it. Expectations of how this should look. And then the cards came in yesterday and said, this isn't going to look how you think. And then you're going to hit that, this full moon and realize that, no, it's not going to be that, but it's still going to be great. And then you start pulling it apart and seeing what won't work is what we do during, as the full moon wanes. As it starts, we start pulling it apart only to go back to this, either something brand new under a new moon, which this says brand new, or, we shift over into something else. That's how it works. It's all built into it. You plant your seeds. That's what an almanac is. You knew when to plant your seeds, what you would reap, what to plant. This is spiritually. This is a spiritual Sabbath. There's the farmer's almanac that teaches you when and what seeds to plant throughout the year so you can feed. This is a spiritual almanac that teaches you what seeds and what to pull, when to pull the weeds. Right? All right. Now, I can't do both of these fully, but I met somebody, and this somebody led me to the teachings of Sophia, right? I'm not going to get into how I made the correlation, but I was like, in essence, you remind me of the teachings of Sophia. Do you know the teachings of Sophia? No. I'm going to teach you. Check out my YouTube channel. Okay, but I didn't teach that yesterday. This person reached out to me and they wanted me to meet up with them. They didn't ask me why. They said, can I meet with you? I said, all right, sure. When? Today. Okay, cool. Now, all I have is my mind's fears of you don't know this person and whatever my mind wants to build on. But my spirit understanding that when I met this person, I labeled this person as the spirit of Sophia. Okay, so God, this all happened. I put my fucking card out there all the time. You can contact me if you want. But one of the very few people that contacted me sent me an email and said, will you call me? I called them. They said, I'd like to meet you. I made an arrangement. I'm going to meet this person. I don't know anything about this person other than what my spirit tells me. And then we'll sit down. So I'm walking into the unknown with only one clue. The spirit of Sophia. So I want to teach you what I know, what I'm walking into. And it's a person. It's a person that I got this off of. Give me a second, let me find it. And I'm going to find it in my Archangel cards. Because I only know Sophia, it's the highest level of the Divine Feminine. If the Empress had a name, it would be Sophia. If the Empress had a name, it would be Sophia. And I just want to point out, that's exactly what's right here on the top. So, again, this morning, I want to show you how my life works. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just walking around. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I come in, and I walk into the school navigator. And I ask the school navigator, did you transfer the kids to the other school. He's all, well, it's actually going to take a phone call. Why didn't you tell me that last week, bro? He's like, well, I didn't know if you were ready to go with that, if you got over your fears about walking. I'm like, we're over it. We're ready to go to school. I'll walk him myself if I have to. Right? And he's like, okay, so we can do that today. When do you want to do that? I was like, when is your time available? He said 2 o'clock. Okay, cool. All of a sudden, I have something to do today. I know at 2 o'clock, I have to meet this guy. All right, God's given me a purpose for today. I at least know what I'm doing, sort of, today. And then right after, I saw the email, and I told this person I would meet them at 4 o'clock. All right, now, again, God planned my day. He knows who I'm going to meet. He knows what's going to happen. I didn't ask no questions. They didn't. I didn't ask this person why they wanted to meet me. I gave them my card, gave them my YouTube, and they want to meet me. Okay? Now, in the essence, the Holy Spirit's like, put yourself out there and don't be afraid. If God's gone before me, God set this all up. This person had the nerve, had the bravery to reach out to me and wants to speak to me. Why should I deny them? Because of my fears. Is God not going to protect me when I go to meet this stranger? Is anything stranger than me? Okay, I just want to point that out. Now, the whole point is this person, I know to have this spirit. And that's all I'm going off of. So let's go into the unknown with this person that I know as the spirit of Sophia, number 38. I just want to point out that these cards end at 40. So this is, again, the highest level. Sophia is the archangels of the diamond rays. Okay? The clear light of source composed of the entire full spectrum. The chakra is the infinity, outside of space and time. The healing qualities is the divine I am presence. Alright? Crystals associated are diamond, herkimer diamond, Lumerian seed quartz, that's those. Selenite, that's that big one that was popping out of mine, out of my stone bag. Apophyllite and a pearl. Alright, essential oils is white rose and neroli. Pretty sure that's what's in this bullshit. Let's see. Star constellation. The sun and the great central sun. What have we been talking about? We're in the light. All of it are lines, right? So, am I walking into danger? Or am I walking into synchronicities? Here we go. Often linked with the female ascending masters of compassion, namely Isis, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Sophia, whose name means wisdom in Greek, is the angel of unconditional love and the wisdom of heart. Said to be the first archangel created, Sophia belongs to the order of the seraphim and has covered all aspects of love, including maternal love, familiar love, romantic, and unconditional love. We talked about that too. New love, relationships. This is all about Venus and stuff. You see how the message all comes together, and that I can see it in everything and in everyone. Again, this is me. Another form of me in another reality. So as Lilith, what did Lilith do? She kept trying to go home to the places she came from before she was placed on the human existence. That's it. She had a longing for home. She knew that this wasn't her home. They tell you, the first thing I did was go to the seraphim. And then the cherubim. I went to the very top and was just kept getting pushed down the tree, till I was down the tree with humanity and told them to eat the apple. It's a great story. Lovely story. Let's keep writing this story, shall we? As Rykabel, you can call upon her to help with any issues connected to the heart. This is for this nurturing, gentle angel can resolve misunderstandings, heal heartbreak, and help you find your true soulmate. And that's what he saw on his cards. He's like, you have a soulmate. This is a fucking perfect alignment. We had many. You don't have to stay aligned with someone that doesn't align with your vision, dude, and what God's calling on your life. You don't have to hope that they're going to, line up with you. There's plenty of people that can align with who you really are if you would align. And that's what I told Kelly, is like, walk away, bro, and God will give you a soulmate. The twin flames aren't really going to go anywhere. They're burnt out, bro. They're just not going anywhere. But God, there's plenty of soulmates that can align with you, that won't make you feel like a twin flame, that won't bring out the worst in you all the time, but bring out the best. A twin flame doesn't bring out the best in you. It brings out the worst so you can heal it. That's it. And if they don't heal it, then it's just the worst situation you could ever go through. I got some words for Vanity Fair. Anyways, but this humble ancient being rarely takes credit for her work, preferring to stay in the background, subtly encouraging peace and universal love for the planet. She watches over avatars, so if you've pulled this card, you may be one of the few on the it's the word of Krishna. Vatsavita, I don't know how to say it. It's in all of Krishna's teachings, this word. Yep, that word. Go ahead, pronounce that. How do you say that, Marshall? Path of compassion, service to humanity. Depicted as a pregnant Mary Magdalene, that's what he's asking me to do, is to birth the new world. Told you, fuckers. That's how he starts it. If you're not looking for a long-term commitment, you better run for the hills. I was like, I was the first runaway bride. I ain't going nowhere. In her card, and known as the Heavenly Mother, she is also the guardian of the zodiac, who births the essence of the stars and the earth to help us see the bigger picture. She loves without judgment and can teach you to have compassion for yourself and to overcome past issues. Her lesson is that if we can love ourselves, then we can fall in love with the entire galaxy. And that's what happens with the twin flame, is you have to learn that they are just you, and you learn to love, in essence, them, but it's yourself that you're loving. They really feel like you're all in love with them, but you're in love with yourself. In the Bible, she is said to be crying over man's reluctance to listen to her wisdom. But perhaps as more and more people on this planet begin to awaken, she will get her wish. The color I associate with Sophia is almost cosmic, luminous, pearlescent diamond light, like the moon when flashes of pink and deep magenta, the ray of the universal heart. The message on 1, 2, 3. New beginnings and alignment. Do not fear the depth of your emotions, nor the heights of your exuberance. Humanity is undergoing a shift. Find your inner sanctuary as your emotions deepen and soar. And that's what it really was. The whole ride is, I was afraid of how I was feeling, and I didn't know where these feelings were come from and how to express them. We learn our feelings and how to express them. First, very unhealthily. But then we learn how to do it in a healthy way. And that's what I said in my video. I don't expect you to be emotionally mature. I'm totally immature. We become mature with dealing with our emotions. The maturity comes with the experience of having these. You know, going back to Bobby, it was the most terrible situation in the beginning. I did the same exact thing 2 years later, and it was not a terrible... I had the emotional ability to, you know what I mean, see it for the goodness that it was, and not all these, you know what I mean, bad things. And that's where we got to go back and clean you up, is you see it in a bad light. You don't see it in the light. You put it in the dark. You see it as a dark experience. But it was a very important experience for you to see, to be part of. Many humans have been part of this, and we wanted you to be part of humanity and the experience of these feelings and these situations. They're not the best ones, but you saved the worst for last, like we always do. You're going to have to take a bite of the chocolate, and it's not going to taste good. These are those funny fucking jelly beans that nobody wants to taste. We said we'd be brave and eat the gross ones. These are gross. Tastes like vomit. Alright, how to meet them. Visualizations. Again, I told you to buy these. You can learn how to visualize and connect with these angels. There's over 40 of them from all different cultures and all different walks of life. They teach you all kinds of things. God came in many forms, as I tell you. We'll jump into the bottom. Become the angel. Now, more than ever, it is necessary to hold ourselves with the deepest love and utmost compassion. And that's where it is you got to be forgiving to yourself that you don't got this right. You thought you had it all figured out, and now when you're seeing that you're acting a fool, you're really judging yourself more than anybody else. Have compassion for yourself. Understand you are being a whole child. I used to be, and that's where Tree came in. He's like, you just got to love yourself more, because I'd hate myself for every mistake. I'm so stupid. You're such a stupid bitch. God, why are you such an idiot? I really, you could see how much I didn't like myself. I hated myself because I didn't understand me. I just wanted me to go away and be okay. I wanted all that to just go away and me be okay. I couldn't. I had to be that for it to be okay, because that's who I am. The energies playing out on this planet have become more intense than ever. As Archangel Adnakel has shown us, we are all pioneers. I heard myself saying this in a conversation with somebody. We don't know what we're doing because nobody's ever done this before. We have nobody to look to show us how to be authentic, because nobody's ever been authentic before. Nobody's ever had these feelings and walked in them. We can't look to someone to guide us other than God, and God is going to tell us to follow our feelings. We are the pioneers. We're not doing everything right. We don't even know if it's right or wrong. We're just doing it, and we find out later how we could have done it better. But we're doing things that have never been done before. And that's what that video last night is. It's like, it's not going to look like other people's, because we're not doing it like other people. We're not other people. We can't just follow the rules. Why can't you just follow the rules? Because it doesn't work for me. I've got to do it my way. God said to do it this way. I know it's not the way everyone else does it, but it's going to make way, because I'm still going to come to the, you know what I mean? I'm still going to get it done. And that's, we're pioneers. We're finding a way. Our ancestors didn't know what the future led, but they knew that they would make it through it. No matter what happened, they would find a way. Not looking to the other people, running to the other camp. What are you guys going to do when the rainstorm comes? No. We all find our own ways to make it to weather the storms. All right? Never before in human history have we experienced a time like now. It is vital we remain centered in love and deep compassion and respect for each other and all life. Sophia asks that we treat ourselves and all like precious children, overcoming judgment and returning to a space of unconditional love and gentleness as often as we can. And that's it. I know you want to judge them for what they're doing right now. We do. Our mind just automatically looks at it and comes up with an opinion about what we're looking at. And we're judging them because we don't really know what we're looking at. Returning to a space of unconditional love, being like, all right, I don't know. I don't know where you're coming from, but it's okay. I don't have to know. Meaning you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to put a label on them. You don't have to judge them. As much as you can. That's why I tried to warn... I tried to warn fucking... It was too late. I told Kanye in that video. It's like, bro, all eyes on you, bro. They're judging the shit out of you. You asked for this. Softening towards yourself will help open the way for others to embrace their softness too. And that's where we were just like, shouldn't you know better? Shouldn't you act better? Don't you even understand what you're doing? Nah, bro. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Down to the clothes that they're wearing in public, the way they're talking, the way they're driving, the way that they're texting, the fucking shit they're posting, bro. We look at them and you're like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? You might look at me like that. Try to soften up. A lot's wrong with us. We're just trying to be, you know what I mean, adult with children out here. We're just trying to figure out how to live life. Some of us are following really strict rules that are fucking us up. Some of us have no rules at all that is fucking us up. Some of us think we got it figured out. It's fucking us up. People like me that don't know and are still being guided, it's fucking me up. It's a fucked up ride. Enjoy the ride. In the sense of it's hard, dude. You know, we want to say we're being Christ-like. He just was like that. He just had compassion and love and understanding for fucking everybody. I don't fucking understand them. I don't fucking care. Fuck them. They deserve to burn. Oh, you feel it? It's in there. And that's where it says, as much as we can, let's try not to be that way. There's nothing wrong with being that way. It's the human way, but let's try not to be that way today. Alright, God, I'm not going to make fun of them today. But if they do that shit tomorrow, I'm making fun of them tomorrow. No, you're not. I'll try. Let's talk about the perfume of Sophia. This is one of those long ones that I tried to pull out yesterday, and I told you can't do it because it's too deep. But again, we're super in the light, which is good. On a Tuesday, it's a Mars day, burning on Mars. Alright, I went to a totally different one. What number is that? 12. And then I'm going to leave after this. What am I doing? I don't know. That's something. I can feel it. I can feel the fire burning inside. I got something to do. Alright, on page 89. You will be able to sense the best timing and approach to take to create space for healing and resolution. Connect to your body and ground yourself in the here and now with body-friendly practices. You will find your way intuitively and instinctively, even through confusing circumstances. Where one moment you are sure the answer is no, the next moment you are sure it's a yes. Give up trying to figure out the answer right now and remain open, with positive but relaxed expectation that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. They're trying to tell us that over and over and over. It's 3 days of it, bro. Let it go. I'm really an airhead right now. I'm not doing shit. I have no plans at all. I don't. I'm just waiting for him to tell me. And I told you, that'll get on your fucking nerves. You want to know. I kind of want to know, but I kind of don't care. If you don't tell me to do anything, I'm going to take off these necklaces and go crawl in bed. If I have no reason to be dressed, I want to go rest. That's simply how I am. I'm old, bro. I'm tired. That's what I said when I got ready. I was putting all this shit on. I'm like, man, I'm fucking tired, boss. I'm tired, God. I am so fucking tired. Sense of, there's plenty to do when he tells you to do it, but don't be racing to just do some shit, just to say you did some shit. I ain't got shit to do, and I'm okay with that. God, get off me. Don't give me too much to do today. And, he did. He gave me an adventure. Again, I told you. Sending me out into the unknown to go meet someone I don't know and do something I never did before. Alright, God, this better end well. You're gonna learn a lesson. Thanks, hon. In the sense of, no, bro, you can't. You want to figure this out, Russ? You're picking a fight on the internet while I'm doing this? You're calling all the executives. You're going to come back and explain what you found out? Who cares? You found out that God controls the Matrix. He does it to me all the time. Come here, let me show you how I change the lights and stuff. Stupid. You're in your stupid song. My song was trending and now you blocked it. You cock-blocked me. Who? Somebody did this to you specifically. They didn't want Russ the Bus to fucking win. Shut up. Listen to your own songs. Keep it moving. Trust that your questions about life will be answered. Even now, you are in the process of working your way towards the answer that will bring you clarity and higher understanding. There's a kindness in how the universe delivers message. I don't think he's very kind at all. He's one of a kind. There is a story of the 3 rabbis who went to a room and saw God. One rabbi dropped dead, the other one went crazy, the third one became enlightened. It was the same room and the same divine presence. So what accounts for the different outcomes? When we are ready for knowledge, the divine guidance is incredibly helpful and healing. And that's it. That's that death, transformation, and rebirth. This is literally what happens when you meet God and He has a higher perception. However, we may need certain experiences to become ready. There is much grace in unveiling the truth as in revealing it. There is a beautiful Sufi teaching that destiny is granted with compassion. There's a time to prepare for knowledge, a time to receive it, and a time to live it. And that's it. God told me what we're going to do. Alright, it took me a while to receive this message, and then it'll take me even longer to start living it. Okay? There's a danger in trying to force knowledge. Force is the desire to progress faster than it is naturally taking place. Meaning I can't force my songs to come out any better. I can't force my videographer to call me. Can't force anything. I can't force the school to take my kids any faster. Can't force nothing. God is the force outside of me. All I can do is work with Him and understand how He's working. You know what I mean? It's a fucking pain in my ass is what it is. It is a disconnection from natural rhythms and the sacred feminine. You're supposed to be in touch with your feminine, which is receiving, going with your feelings. The power of knowledge and divine timing. The oracle of the perfumer Sophia asks you to trust your nose. The spiritual symbol of the ability to smell, the capacity for discernment. In the words of Juliet, in Romeo and Juliet, a rose by no other name would smell as sweet. The nose knows. It's just a funny saying. As you lean into the natural timing rather than trying to force something to happen, you will remain connected to your own ground of being. That's it. God has shown me that he's going to move this wheel real fast. But for right now, just stay in the now. That's what I told you yesterday. You won't be pushing to get ahead. You'll be in connection with yourself. You'll be able to sense your body and soul, that which might otherwise confuse your mind, with its tendency to argue first one way and then another. You will instinctively sniff out the truth of a situation. Then you shall be able to do something useful with that knowledge. Meaning I have all kinds of great ideas, but I don't know what to work on them. I'm not going to push them through it, through the fucking ringer. Developing the patience requires us to see through times when we cannot know something. With trust and hopeful some equanimity, it is an important part of our soul journey. If such times invoke fearfulness and negative predictions or anxiety based on a lack of belief that you can deal with whatever arises with grace and dignity, then work on those issues. Do what you can do. Leave everything else to the loving and wise working of the universe. Meaning, what can you do today that's good for you? If you weren't guided to go to handle all kinds of, and that's it. Sometimes it's like, yesterday I had to do all kinds of shit. I didn't really want to. I've been putting that shit off forever, but today's the day when I gotta do it. Not because I'm forced, but because the force inside of me says, all right, today we're gonna do this. I meant to do it on Friday. Then I rescheduled it for Sunday and fell asleep. I didn't have it in me to do it before I did it. I don't force shit. Seriously, I just don't. If you're pushing for a resolution, the answer, or understanding before it's time for you, you'll feel frustrated. It will be more constructive and enjoyable for you to engage in what is. Meaning right now, I don't know what tomorrow holds. I'm just going to worry about today. Will it require the development of your character, the capacity for patience, for trust, for faith, for commitment and devotion? Even if there is no evidence you shall succeed? Yes, likely it shall. Especially if you're craving a path that is unique and creative. To live in such a way is wonderfully courageous and requires spiritual maturity. And that's what I told you, is you have to become, what did I learn? I went through spiritual boot camp, bro. I learned how to trust God in all areas of my life. I learned how to forgive other people for their ignorance, because I too am ignorant. I learned how to identify when people are just acting out of pain instead of anger. I noticed the difference between, pain and anger. I could see, I know where I learned. I had to learn all of that before I could go and teach you all that. Aligning yourself with a greater wisdom and timing and surrendering yourself into service in the basis of spiritual maturity. You will have the answers, and in turn, you are doing beautifully. Continue with your journey. And that's Mr. Rogers. After I did my laundry, of course. It's like, I'm so proud of you. You're learning such difficult lessons. You are. You wish you would have learned this shit when you were a child, but, we were too busy trying to be grown to learn how to grow up. We're learning lessons we never learned before. And because of that, it deserves a certain type of celebration and love. It took me I'm 42 now. It took me 42 years to learn this, bro. I'm proud of myself. Thank God I finally learned this, bro. Some people never learn these things. I'm ashamed that I didn't learn it sooner, but I never had the opportunity to actually see it for what it was. And that's it. You kick yourself in the ass a lot. What the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking? Ugh, I dated that guy? Ugh, what was I? You were learning. Everything there was to learn about life. And there's still so much for you to learn. You don't know it all. We thought we knew what we were doing. And we realized we're not doing anything. That's what's funny, is we really thought we were progressing, that we were doing everything right. Or at least on the right track. And then you realize, through the teachings, that we're on a time loop, and we're literally going around in circles getting the same results, and none of us are going anywhere. We're losing. We're a bunch of fucking losers. We're following fucking herds of fucking cattle, trying to pretend like we're different from everybody. We're all the same, and this is stupid, and everybody's, attacking each other as we're stuck in this maze, when we could push these walls down by ourselves. If we, it's crazy. Again, why didn't you show me this sooner, God? You weren't ready. If I would have shown you before, you would have acted a fool. You're right, I'd have fucked them up. I'd have burnt this whole motherfucker to the ground. That's where it is. It's like, you know, you end up forgiving God a lot of the way. You realize He put you in it. He let these people do this to you, and this is all His fault. Okay, yes, and very much yes. Why did you do this for me? Change to me, because, you know, it sounds like you're a victim to God, when really you're His child. So that sounds stupid. He's not a child molester. It sounds stupid. Think about it. We're not a victim to God. We're His, you know what I mean? He's our Savior. So why would He be hurting us when He's trying to help us? Think about it. So change the word. All right, God, you did all these wonderful things for me. What the fuck did you do this for me for? Aha. I wanted you to learn a lesson. What lesson is there to be learned? And that's where you go back to, you know what I mean? These Buddhists and stuff, you know, fucking, you know, karate son. Wax on, wax off. I did all this. You made me do all this hard work for what? I haven't learned shit. You haven't taught me no karate. Yeah, I did. Look. Oh, okay. And that's kind of where it is. It's like, I thought this was going to look better. I thought I was going to have like a cape and shit. Just kidding. Let's move on. Healing process. What can you do to connect to your body, feel good, and ground, and focus your energy in the here and now? Some examples might be walking in nature, doing some stretches or a full yoga practice, meditating or breathing and relaxing techniques. When can you do that for yourself? Make a plan to do it and stick to it. If there is something constructive that you can do right now, such as some deep centered breathing awareness or other forms of meditation or conscious movement, do that now. That is your healing process. What are they telling you? Do something that feels good. Take a bath. Go get your nails done. Something that feels good to you. You can't control tomorrow. Don't do something today that's going to hurt your pocket or hurt your abilities to, you know. But at the same time, don't have the scarcity mindset that, like, you know, if I do this for myself, then everybody else is going to be hurt and God won't take care of us and this and that. I spend all day kind of, you know, with the kids, I sit here all day waiting for, you know, what do you want from me? I'm here to serve you. What do you want from me? After a while of silence and nobody wants shit and I keep bothering them, every time I talk to them, now I'm bothering them, I have to find something to do with myself. They don't want mom. So now I got to do something other than mom. I'm going to go fucking be me. I can't just be mom. They don't want mom no more. I'll do it most of the day. I'll sit here and, like, what else am I supposed to do with them? Whatever they want. So I'm like, you know, what are you doing? What do you know, I'll sit, like, I'll move in, like, you know, like the dog and, like, sit in the same room as them and see what's going on, you know, check the vibes, see if they want anything, if they want my time, or, you know, I don't push myself on them, sort of. If they act like it later, I'm like, well, do you want to go somewhere? No. Are you hungry? No. Do you want to go get some snacks? No. You want to play a game? No. Mom, I'm going to go dance now. You know, and that's where it'd be like, it's like, I'll try, and then finally it's like, okay, well, if you don't want anything, then I got to do something with myself. And that's where the point is like, where's that time where you come in? Where nobody needs you, and now it's like, I got to do something for me now. And that's when I'll get in the car and be like, well, fuck. You didn't want me. You didn't need me. And before I come back, I try too. Hey, I'm coming back. Is there anything you need? I'm out here. Is there anything I can get for you? And then when I get back in, is there anything I can do? Where are you guys at? What have you done? You know, I'm constantly catering. But when the catering is done, you know, because they're not little kids anymore, they don't need so much of me. It's like, okay, well, now I have to do something with myself. And that's where it is. It's like, you know, what can you do with yourself to keep yourself comfortable? After I get her food, you know, she's over there, I'm hungry. After I get that, then I'm back to what do I do with myself? I can't just walk around pleasing everyone with a fucking, you know what I mean? With a golden tray. Like, what can I do for you? But I am. I'm a service to people. But at the same point, it's like, well, what do I do with myself? And that's where you got to find it. It's like you kind of just go out there and do shit and like, oh, I didn't like that. Okay, I'll try to do what other people do and see what I like. And then when you don't know what to do, you just kind of let God guide you into something that you might enjoy. You know? That's it. It's like when you're no longer needed, that's the place. And I like to sit in that place of nothing. Nobody needs me. God don't need me. The world don't need me. I can just sit here and do nothing. Just breathe. How long? Until somebody needs me again. Until I need to get up and do something. Otherwise, no. That's what I said. If you don't need me, God, I'm going to bed. If nobody needs me. And then what wakes me up asleep? Because they need something. I wake myself up consciously, like, with newborns. Every 2 hours, they need food. The dog needs to walk. I need to take out the trash. I gotta call somebody. Otherwise, no. It's the world needs me. I don't need the world. Like, I don't really need to. Especially now, like, they feed us and stuff, too. It's like, I've got everything. That's where that hermitage can really kick your ass. But that's where you realize it's like, you don't need anything from the world, but the world really needs you. And you're the blessing. And yeah, it's a hard experience every time you go out there, but it's, you learn something about yourself and about others, and it's good for you, and yana. But otherwise, no, I don't want to go outside. I mean, I do, I just don't want to go hang out with people. Because there's a lot going on with these people. They got a lot going on with them. They're like, whoa, that's a lot. Alright, so that's our energy forecast for the next 10 days and stuff. And again, I'm going to go check out Sophia and see what's going on there. Take an adventure into the unknown. I don't know. Again, it's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just look at it that way. It's like, it's an opportunity. Sure, it's an opportunity to say no. Like, no, I have fears. I don't know you. Or it's an opportunity to say yes. I have fears and I don't know you, but I trust that God is going to, God's gone before me, God's going with me, God's got my back. That's it. Just step out there. And for the rest of you, if you want to reach out to me, my email is highpriestessphoenix6@gmail. I actually see those motherfuckers, and if you want to reach out and meet up, I don't have a reason. Unless my spirit's like, no, they're doing bad stuff. Then I'm going to have to tell you, no, it's a no from the universe. They said no. They said it's a no. Hey, I'll see you guys later, haters.